Yo, what is going on, everyone? It's GentooMan here, and today's story time is a bit of a spooky one. I'm gonna keep up with the Halloween theme, ideally for the rest of October. There might be a little bit of a oddball thrown in there, but I have a couple of scary stories lined up for you guys, and they're scary true stories, so I'm gonna hop right into it. This story time takes place a good couple years ago, and me, my dad, and my brother went out of town to this small town where my cousin lives, and we were at this like wedding reception or something. I don't remember exactly why we were there, but we got to this place and it was like this really big church, right? That's usually where weddings and wedding receptions take place, as far as I know. Well, at least they did. Like in the current day, it's a bit more lax. Like you can kind of have weddings wherever nowadays, which is cool. But this particular wedding reception was at a church, and it was nothing too fancy. Like it was kind of just like people hanging out in like the gym of this church and eating food and talking and stuff. And I don't really know why me, my brother, and my cousin were there. Like we didn't know the people who were getting married. We were kind of just there. So we decided to go and just like play a game of tag, like around this whole church, because the entire building, aside from this gym, was unoccupied. So me and my cousin and my brother, we just run around. We're like playing hide and seek. We're exploring all these new areas. We're playing tag. We're running around. We're having a good time. And we're having a lot of fun. Like one of my cousin's friends was like there, like that he knew from the town. So he joined us, and we had to go on the search for his brother, because my cousin's friend's younger brother is getting really confusing as to who's who, but my cousin's friend's younger brother had also joined us in playing this game of tag. And he eventually, like, this is a pretty big church, so he eventually went missing. And we kind of all, like, went looking for him. I mean, we weren't even, like, really playing the game anymore. We kind of just needed to find out where he was. And so we all kind of split up. We're like, okay, we'll go our separate ways, and we'll try and find him. And so I went my way, and I don't know where I went, but like I went to the like side where I couldn't hear anyone. Like, you know, from a little, not that far away, you could hear people in the gym, and like I couldn't even hear that, and I couldn't hear my brother or my cousin or anybody. I just went to some other place, and I stepped into this like other wing of this church, and it was like dark in there, but like I could still kind of see, and it was really dark, but like I swear I could hear like church bells and stuff like faintly, but I don't think there was any bells in this church, which is really weird. Like walking down this like hallway, as I remember it now, just felt like a scene from the fucking Conjuring or like the Nun movies or something. Like it was just so unsettling, and like I walked in a couple of the rooms there. I didn't see anything, and I'm just getting freaked out. So I got out of there and kept running around the church looking for this kid. And I meet up with my brother and my cousin once again, and like they didn't find anyone, and neither did my cousin's friend. They didn't find this kid. We hadn't found him yet, and they'd explored like all over the place. So we split up again, and I ended up doing something that I kind of wish I didn't do. So there was this stairwell that, like, it was kind of a spiral staircase almost, but, like, not really. It kind of still had corners. That was really bad explanation of stairs. But you could also go down. We were going up it, like, all day to go to the upper level, playing our game of tag or whatever. But you could also go down. And when you went down, you'd see this door there. It was this glass door that was just in, like, this dark section. Like, you get to the bottom of the stairs, and you're in, like, just this little cubby where there's nothing but a glass door with a green light. There's just a green light on the other side, and it's just like pure darkness. Like there's nothing else in there that you can see. There's just a green light in this basement. And we had stayed away from it. We'd seen it, but we'd stayed away from it because we're like, we don't know what's down there. But I decided, like, okay, maybe they're like the kid that we're looking for. Maybe he got curious about what's down there, and he went in, and now he's like stuck or something. And I don't know why. I have this really bad habit of being like afraid to do things and then doing it anyways in like the most inappropriate conditions. Like I won't ask people to come with me or anything like that. I'll just go do it on my own. So I went down these stairs. I see this like fucking creepy ass door. Like the inside of this door, looking through it with like the glass and the green light, it looked like I was looking through the night vision camera in Outlast. Like that's what it looked like. But I decided to open the door. I call the kid's name. Like, I don't remember what it was at the moment, but I call this kid's name, and I hear nothing. So I'm debating with myself. I'm like, do I want to go in here? Do I not want to go in here? I don't know. And so I end up going in, obviously, because otherwise we wouldn't be here telling this story today. So I go in, and it's just like this really long hallway that like connects into other hallways. It just keeps going. And like there's a bunch of rooms there. I'm like calling the kid's name and I don't hear him. Like I don't get any response. I haven't seen the kid yet. And I'm starting to like get a little freaked out of this place, right? So but I keep going because we need to find this kid, and at this point I'm also curious as to what's down here. And so after that, that's when it really went south. So I reached the end of this hallway, like this really black, like endless, seemingly endless hallway. And at the end of it, there was just this room. And there was like this small little door in the room. And that's all that was left. And by the way, I was just like navigating through all this with like my little phone flashlight. At the time, I had like an iPhone 4 that wasn't even a phone. Like I used it as like an iPod type thing. And so the only thing I could do in this scenario was I opened this little door, and it just looked like it was just led into like the insulation of the wall and everything. I'm like, okay, and like there's no way he's in there. Like it's just the inside of the wall. And I was about to close it, and I shit you not, I hear a voice. I hear someone call like, hey. And I freeze, and I'm like, what the hell just happened? And then I don't say anything. I just wait, and I hear again, but louder. Hey, I come here. I need to ask you something. And I don't say anything. I'm freaking out. But then I hear something like moving in the wall. And I just like freak the fuck out, as any normal person would. I slam that shit shut. I start running. I start trying to find my way back. But as I'm like moving, I hear like more and more doors opening in this hallway. I hear footsteps. I didn't see anything, but I hear footsteps and I hear voices, but like I can't make out what they're saying. I'm just running for it at this point, trying to find that green light, praying that the door isn't locked from the inside like I thought it was all day. And I got to it, and I thought it was. Like I pulled on it a couple times before it actually opened. I thought I was locked in there. I didn't know what was going to happen. So I finally got out. I did open it, and I closed it, and I ran like to like the other corner of this church. I just kind of sat there like in a corner trying to process exactly what had happened. And that was terrifying, man. There was people in the walls of this basement. That's crazy. Like I don't even know how they got in there. I don't know if they lived there. And like this story sounds like bullshit now that I'm saying it out loud, because I never told anyone this. Like day of, I was kind of just like, I don't even know how old I was, but I wasn't very old. So like I went down and like had cake and probably forgot all about it. Like, but this is terrifying now that I like say it out loud. So you guys are the first person I've shared this story with. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. But that does pretty much wrap up the story time. I kind of just had cake after encountering the wall people. You know what this whole story reminds me of? It reminds me of that movie Barbarian. I don't know if you guys ever saw that. It was like the one with the chick who stays at the Airbnb and like it's double booked. And I won't spoil the rest of the movie. It's really good. It was pretty creepy. I won't spoil the twist if you haven't seen it, but I do recommend you watch it. I think it's on Disney+. I'm kind of bitter that it's not getting a physical release, but whatever. But anyways, that pretty much wraps up the story time, you guys. I hope you enjoyed. Leave a like if you did, and subscribe if you're new. And I'll leave a link to all my socials in the description. You can follow me on Twitter or on TikTok. And I do have a Twitch now as well. Haven't streamed it yet, though. So be on the lookout for that. And thanks for watching, you guys. Stay awesome. I'll catch you in the next one. Later.